Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and welcome to Burial, a game like Devil in the Mirror that is translated by Patchy Illusion, I believe that's what the team is called. It's a short adventure horror game that is about running away from some ghost girl with a sword. Let's see what we've got going down here. Suddenly I found myself standing in front of a gravestone. I was in an accident a while ago. My parents died instantly, and I survived with critical injuries, having been rushed to the hospital. I was in complete shock, and my memory of what happened right afterwards is hazy. I was attending a funeral a while ago. However, something strange happened. Right before the coffin should have been brought, the funeral had been put to an abrupt halt. Why? What was the reason? The protagonist looks like Manny Badass Hero, I'm not gonna lie. No one's around, except for the fact it's green rather than red. What am I doing here? Crow Scares had the same thing as well, a protagonist that looks similar to a particular content creator. The same one. What am I doing here? And why was the funeral cancelled? Well, I better go back to the church. I was like, check, but where's check? And all that. It does. Well, this game was made in 2014. No! Get away from me! And translated in 2021. Hello? Somebody, please. What are you waiting for? Run! Exactly, we should run. Where to exactly, I don't know. How do we get here? The path is blocked. I guess we'll have to hide in the church. Oh dear. What is going down? What the hell was that? I mean, you could see right through her, and she was chasing us with a sword. How's that even possible exactly? You're not going to tell us? Yeah, okay, questions later. Thank you. Exactly, why was she chasing you? Well then, since the road is blocked, let's at least find some place to hide. Are you sure we can't go back outside, okay? I think there might be something back here if we just check behind, you know, like in Devil in the Mirror, we have to go down or to get to a particular ending. Yeah, we're going to do that just to make sure. Oh, hi there. And something happened. Ending to Butterfly Burial. Oh dear. So God, there was an outcome already. So we couldn't escape back outside the church, so therefore we had to go into the church more then. Some kind of underground catacombs sort of thing going on here. Production support, fonts. Although the fonts used in the game are different from what they are within the preview, so I'm not sure if I've got the correct fonts installed. Perhaps I do, perhaps I do not. A mystery for another day. There wasn't any fonts that you could install when you downloaded the game. Why does this tile have a different colour? It looks like a trapdoor. Maybe we can hide in here? Can we now? Okay, it's quite spacious. And it's not pitch dark, pitch black. Though it doesn't seem like there's anything here but us. Well, it makes sense, considering where we are. But what's this place being used for? But so that's the first thing that you say to us. Not about like how we are or anything like that. It's, what's your name? I'm Liddy. Nice to meet you. I'm Kai. Well then, in such a big place, surely there has to be another exit somewhere. Let's go find it together. Yeah. You're very friendly towards us. Should we be concerned about that? I'm a little bit concerned. Not worried, but concerned. Let's hope we can find a map here. Found in something 6. So, very, very old. This place is sacred and cherished by the gods. By the sun god in the morning, and by the moon goddess at night. Hades' tale of time, past, present, and future. Time will take them away by the sun god. I'm not really into these kind of things. Oh dear. Prayers to the gods by the sun god. We believe in the gods. We pledge to fill the world with love and peace every waking day by the sun god. Bless us with light and shine upon us. Forgive us our sins and deliver us from evil by the sun god. You look at the sun god, it gives you life. About the Catacombs by the sun god. In the year something 9 something, an epidemic broke out. Very quaint because of the timing of this playthrough and the current world crisis concerning a pandemic. I suppose it's epa rather than pan, but it's still very, very bad in its own way. No cure was found and the infected have been quarantined in the catacombs by the sun god. The worst has been averted, however the souls of the plague victims could not ascend to heaven and turned into vengeful spirits, now luring even the living into their binding spell by the sun god. How comes binding spell? So when you say spell, it's like there's only one of them. We hereby seal them here. What if that girl we saw earlier is a spirit that somehow managed to break the seal? Do you think Lily was the one that broke the seal unintentionally? Or intentionally? No, that can't be real. Good grief, and here I thought churches were calm and nice places. About the burial. We do good deeds and help others. We love and endeavour to be loved by others, by the sun god. Wishing for happiness, prosperity, and atonement for sins in the afterlife, by the sun god. That funeral back then was cancelled. But why? Whose funeral was it? Me and my parents were injured in an accident, and we were transported to the hospital. It looks like I was allowed to go to the funeral despite my condition. I suppose that the girl was the reason for the interruption? Left behind, just like me. But hey, I'm really happy now because I've made a friend. From now on, you're my precious friend, and you're being too friendly towards us. Like, being too friendly towards a stranger is very, very creepy in its own ways. You get to know people by building a sense of trust with one another. You talk to each other and stuff like that. You get to know each other. What's it doing here? Somebody must have left it behind. This lady is talking to us like we've already known each other for a long time. Alright, from now on, your name is My Meat, my precious friend. Even if I told her to leave it, she probably wouldn't listen. So we picked up a stuffed rabbit for some odd reason. It's a plush toy! Lovely plush toy about grudges. Those who retain lingering regrets in death can't ascend to heaven and stay in the world of living, doing evil, led by the darkness that consumes their souls, by the sun god. We possess the power to seal them off, but releasing them is beyond our abilities, by the sun god. Only one who conquers death can take you to heaven, by the sun god. About perception. Perception is prone to uncertainty. As a result, everyone experiences mistakes and misunderstandings at some point. Yep, so true, by the sun god. However, these errors in judgment and malfunction of the senses sometimes lead to terrible accidents, by the sun god. Terrible tragedies. If spirits have stronger senses than living beings, by the sun god, who knows how much stronger the effect of such misperception could be, by the sun god. About the binding spell. It's a world created by the darkness, rooted in the souls of the vengeful ghosts, and not a single living being has ever made it out alive, by the sun god. The ones lured into the spell remain trapped there, and eventually become spirits too, and the cycle repeats, by the sun god. Thanks, Ghost. Regarding the 2 entrances to the catacombs. So there's another way after all? Out after all. That's reassuring. One is found by the altar. I found the other one in the dungeon, by the sun god. Found it. Found it. I'm not going to go through all the 15 times you say found it per line. My friend. Hello. What but this page won't leave my mind. Oh dear. The sun god is plaguing you. Let us get out. Okay, good. Our senses have become whole once more, because of the fact that we did not stay in that room. We can offer our prayers here. to the 8 souls that lost their lives by the sun god. Shall we save here? If you think about it, yes, the sun god also gives us life, but that life itself is also a means to be trapped, because you rely on that giant ball of fire to stay alive. So in a way, it's kind of a purgatory. How did this get here? You picked up a key. I say diary for some odd reason. Does that look like a diary to you? It's a very abnormal diary. Is this a key to this door? Sorry for using it without permission, but this is a sticky situation. We don't have a choice. And who put the key there in the first place? Right. I wonder what the drawings on the floor are supposed to mean. Oh, that's my zodiac sign. I'm born in December, a Sagittarius. Right. There's something written on that stone monument over there. Maybe something about that door? Come on, let's check it out. I'm not confident. Right. These flowers are so pretty. Are they? I'll just take one with me. You think now's the right time to take those with you? Seriously? I can't? Oh, well, guess it's fine if you can only take a little one. Yay, thanks! You need our permission. You've picked up a little white flower. Why do you need the flower at any given point in time? Right, let's have a look at this then. No. It won't open. 3 passwords are needed. Oh, by the way, Lily, you said Sagittarius in December, right? Right. I wonder if each of these symbols on the floor corresponded to a particular zodiac. What was poured down from the jug? Sacred water or scorpion venom? Whispers of the devil, the lost lamb, the holy maiden's prayer. Good and evil, heaven and earth, white and black, everything that is opposite. Which way will the scales tip? And I'm not going to lie, this is a very vague puzzle, because it's not giving you a lot to work with. Yes, you've got a symbol with a number, but how on earth are you supposed to correspond these to zodiac signs if you don't even know what they are? Like, let's say, according to the walkthrough of this game, let's see what it says. So apparently, what was poured down from the jug? So you could kind of see number 2 as the jug, sacred water or scorpion venom. So both of those are 1 for some odd reason. So, and then from the next one, whispers of the devil somehow again is 1 for some odd reason. The lost lamb is 4. We can't see what the symbol for that one is. The holy maiden's prayer, okay, 9. I can see that one. Good and evil, so we can't see what 6 is. 1 again, white and black. How can you tell that? They're all white and black in their own ways. Everything that is opposite. So, So number 4 has to be the one below the fish, right? And the 4 is what you would call the lost lamb. Does that look like a lamb to you? Because that certainly does not look like a lamb to me. Not at all. And then for the final clue, good and evil, heaven and earth, white and black. So how does that start with a 6? Like, shouldn't white and black be like the most corresponding thing to that, because of how the features of these 2 characters down at the bottom are reversed? So you got a black-haired individual alongside a white-haired individual. Then you got a white-clothed individual with the black hair, and alongside that is the white-haired individual with black clothing. Like, that should be first, but no. So you can kind of see it, but there's no 0 on here, so that must mean that within this riddle, this is not included. Which way will the scales tip? So you could say that, yes, because you can't put 10 in, so therefore it has to be, oh, for goodness sakes, maybe that just represents 2 numbers. Like, the scales could represent 2 numbers here, and 6 is black and white. Yeah, it's still very vague, I'm not gonna lie, it's very vague. It's a very vague puzzle with very vague clues. 1, 4, 9... Like, you have to refer to the walkthrough of this game, otherwise there's just no way of being able to complete it without one. It opens! Right, we can go through it now, lovely. That's a ghost of us just now, I'm not gonna lie. What are you doing, Lily? As if you haven't been here before. Hey, you know. Did you say something? Lily, you strike me as the kind of girl who gets lost easily. That's not true. Mostly. Besides, you wouldn't leave me behind, right? Right? Hey, let me finish. You didn't even let me make my decision as to whether or not I'd leave you or anything like that. The waxing wanes. The waning waxes. 2 worlds, light and shadow. Light and dark? But don't let madness overcome you. What is ominous and what is sacred, it is in accordance with your heart. The light of falsehood that rules the night. Would I find it? A gem. Why is it here? Oops, it fell off. Lily, could you please help me put it back? Are you really that clumsy, but you removed it so effortlessly? Can you just help me, pretty please? How'd you even take it? Lily, you are clumsy. You don't even get what we're saying. It came off on its own. But I can't put it back either, you know. Why not? Can you not touch things? Fine, we'll borrow it for now and apologise politely later. You picked up a lapis lazuli. Whatever one of those are. So, can't pick up that. One is watching, watch is praying, 2 are guiding. From the breath of all living beings could tread the earth so they could rush with enthusiasm into the blue skies, while overcoming hardships and eventually meeting their fate from the demise to the new dawn. You know what? There's quite a lot of monuments here. It makes me want to scribble them. Can I? No! Do not desecrate monuments! Sure, go ahead. Of course not! Jeez, I was joking. Let's just focus on finding a way out of here. Lily is just too friendly and too casual at the moment. Like, I understand if, let's say, if we were just having a coffee or something at the local cafe, but not when we're in a life or death situation here, thank you very much. Here? One of these? One of those? Let's see. Falsehood and truth. Off 4 tears and 2 cups. Offer 4 tears and 2 cups. Thus door true serve. I don't even know what that says. The lighting is dim and the letters are so faint I could barely read it. Hey, wasn't the door by the altar concealed as well? I think this room also has some kind of trick. Maybe we should bring here all the stuff we've seen in the hall. We could... Excuse me, mirror? All those bloody hand marks on there? Lily, what's wrong? Ah, no, it's probably nothing. Let's hurry! You're too friendly. I think we can insert the gems above here. There, sorry. Okay, so we inserted the blue one. So now we need the others. So 4 tears and 2 cups. Well, we have to take all of these gems. All of them Carnaria, whatever you want to call it. Rising and setting, setting and rising, keeping the cycle of life and death repeating. But the brighter it shines, the more it dries up the earth. What all the life seeks is the light of truth illuminates everything. What once was shall return to the earth, as we will all shall do one day. A golden cup, an offering to the morning. Well, we've got that. Also, when it comes to gem names and stuff like that, I don't know how to pronounce them all. Do not forget the past. Just like Japanese names and Latin names, or English names for that matter, sorry. There are some things I can't pronounce. So the star of hope might shine upon us in the darkness from dusk until dawn. To honour the path they walked, we will not repeat the mistakes of the past, but learn from them in the present, and pass on the knowledge to future generations. You always learn from the past, but do not be consumed by your past. Paradox. If you let yourself become consumed by the past, then the present is always the past in a way. The light is dim here. I can barely see the letters. Is it a memorial or something? It could be, question mark? Right, we picked up an amber. We can pronounce that one. Unless on the comments it's going to be, it's actually a different kind of amber because it's like the gem tier variant of it. Why did I say the word variant? I don't know why. Variant is such an evil word nowadays because of a certain virus. That wasn't there before. Is that a lantern? I don't remember it being here before. Let's take it with us. Yeah, it's a great idea. Let's see. Put that there. Alright, hold on. We should put the cup there. Yeah, we should put the cup there. Okay, that gem in there. That gem in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save first before interacting with the last, like, pillar. And then put that in place. And then... Did you hear that? Sounds like some kind of mechanism went off. It was close by, but not in this room. Let's go look for it. Don't do that. Okay, the sound of the door was twice. It happened twice, the sound of a door, didn't it? I'm not the only one that heard that, right? Suspicious key? That wasn't there before. And it's getting darker. What the... What is going on? The air becomes heavier. Lovely. Oh, the air becomes heavier. That means something is on its way. Lydia, are you okay? Yes. Alright, then. Something is on its way. What's that noise? We're in trouble. There were no other exits we could escape from, and it doesn't seem like we can reach the surface from here. Lily, run! Oh gosh, it's that girl again. Oop. Let's avoid the hands as well. What? But we entered through the door. There we go. And then... So there was a door behind the mirror. Although, is something wrong? I don't really want to enter that door. Somehow I have a bad feeling that we're being driven deeper and deeper underground. Kind of like the scenario of Purgatory 2. Like the game is driving you to go deeper and deeper in order to try and find a way to get out. You mean, remember the 2 keys we found? I wonder if someone placed them there on purpose. Yeah, like the ghost girl that's dressed up as like a shrine maid or something. We'll be alright. We've already come this far. Besides, we can't stay here any longer, right? The girl's behind that door anyway, and she's about to break in here. Yeah, I know, we don't really have a choice. Fine, then we'll just escape from this place. I imagine it would be the same outcome as N2. N2 is just the factor of being caught by her. I was right about taking that lantern. Kai, are you okay? I'm sorry. We wouldn't be going through this if I hadn't been so quick to rush into this place. But you did it to save us, right? So let's get moving already. You're too cheerful. Just where does your boundless energy come from? Monster energy drink. I'm just kidding. Well, whatever, thank you. Come on, let's go. Being revitalized is really refreshing. But being like that is also a little too creepy in its own ways. Okay, we can't interact with those drawers. Can't interact with that. What is in this room? I wonder. Nothing in there. I'm not a fan of rooms that don't have anything. So that is a little concerning. Nothing in here. Is it an exploration game? And once we get everywhere, then the mysteries will uncover themselves. Okay, let's go to the left side. There's a lot of space in here. This looks like somewhere in which people would evacuate to if, let's say, there were bombings, for example. So this could all be like infirmary wards or something along those lines. Like each of the rooms here are square aside from that central room. Like I would call it the central room for now because it's literally a room that's behind the stairs and it's not associated with either left or right. But okay, yeah, so yeah, they're perfect. They've got the vibe of an infirmary ward. I'm not gonna lie. Again with that. Another bare room. Barely anything in it. Not a huge fan of just empty rooms with no purpose. It's blocked. I don't think we can move it. You're saying that you can't move all of those little rocks? Of course, this is a game and it won't allow you to actually escape. Logic is completely thrown out the window when it comes to a horror game. Your senses are overwhelmed with fear and panic and frustration and dread. Alongside other things. So therefore it's natural to feel out of your comfort zone and think of the unthinkable. Rather than having toast one day, you have cereals instead. I wish I could just say stuff without blurring it or slurring it up so often. Just like then. Just like now. All things in life have difficulty. But for people like myself with autism, that line is much blurrier. Much more difficult. Although saying that every life has its own difficulties. The wire is tangled too tightly. If only we had something to cut it away. What is going on here? Nothing's going on here. That's the problem. Don't know what's going on. So I believe we've checked all the... Yeah! There wasn't all this here. Wait, what? So I believe it was an exploration game. You just go around all the rooms just to see what's going on. Well, we heard another door noise. Is she here? We're here for a while. Would you hurry up with what you're doing, little girl, so we can move on with our lives? Please? Please, with a pretty please on top? Seems like she's gone. When I heard doors opening, I thought that girl was about to come in here, but it must have been my imagination. But this room is different than it was before. Are we good to go? But are we good to go? That is the question. Are we good to go? No, I feel like we should wait here a little longer before moving on. Besides, maybe we can find something useful here. Let's look around. Well, there is an illuminated candle here. That's the first thing I found. Anybody who played the demo of Nostalgia have any flashbacks here? Oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, phosphorus, sulfur, potassium, sodium, chlorine, magnesium, iron, fluorine, silicon, zinc, strontium, rubidium, lead. I was supposed to say rabbit, but that's an A and not a U. Manganese, copper, aluminium, cadmium, tin, mercury, barium, selenium, iodine, molybdenum, nickel, boron, chromium, arsenic, cobalt, and vanadium. Sorry if there are any scientists watching this who are able to perfectly pronounce every element on the periodic table watching, and as with some of the pronunciations I did. I think I've got most of them down. Medical ingredients? These are human components. We have tin inside of us. Somebody was making medicines, most likely. Thanks. That clock was not there before. All these books were not here before. What is... I've been put in charge of treating the infected. The patient's moans continue to reverberate through this dungeon. So they call it a dungeon here. They lie covered in overgrown pus that never dries out, with a growing number of wounds, rotting and eventually turning black. As death approaches, their bodies stiffen, their laboured breathing becomes more and more frequent. At times, we're so short on food, beds and medicine, we were clasping our heads in despair, not knowing what to do. We began to move around the catacombs less, not even trying to treat anyone. No, it's useless. All the medical supplies are going to the surface. All the dead bodies I've seen until now, there'll be much... The note is cut off. But also the graphics have been darkened a little bit. Like, just going through the game so far, the, was that the door just now again? The horror in this game is quite subtle. It's not a huge, overwhelming, every part of the screen jump scare, like in Amitan or something like that, or Blank Dream. But it is there. It's subtle. It's like a little effect on the screen. Either makes sense or I don't make sense. Oh, there's another lantern here. Maybe we should take it too, just in case. Exactly. 2 lanterns are better than 1, especially when there's 2 people here. Though I wonder, what purpose does that girl have in mind? Purpose? Why is she driving us down here? If she needed us to break the seal, didn't she already have a lot of opportunities for that? There's no way breaking the seal is that simple. On the other hand, she was already outside the church. But also, Lily was outside the church as well. What exactly was sealed here? Well then, I think it's time to leave this room. Because spirits and stuff like that don't just chase somebody at random now, do they? They chase somebody because they've done something to desecrate their rest. Desecrate their rest. Ah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, couldn't help you, couldn't heal you, I'm so sorry. I apologize day by day, day by night, and it's still not enough. To how many of you will I say sorry to in the future? 1? 10? Please forgive me. By the Sun God. Okay. No. I can't bear to see them die anymore. Can't bear to look at my dead friends. Can't deal with the fact we won't get a chance to get out of here. By the Sun God. Everything goes back to the Sun God nowadays. I've heard that old people's tales sometimes get rewritten to become folklore, and that's how fairy tales are born by the Sun God. And so, that being the case, excuse me, how much of the original meaning still remains in them by the Sun God? Have you ever thought about this by the Sun God? If you hang yourself fully prepared and set up in the right way, your neck will grow larger by the Sun God. Or how about you think about that when blood stops running and getting cold? Which colour does it take by the Sun God? It turns blue. Blue because of the process of decomposition going on inside the body by the Sun God. The body turns reddish brown and gets swollen due to expanse caused by the bleeding of by the Sun God, intestinal bacteria and the generation of putrid gas from the desolation of the internal organs by the Sun God. I played a visual novel not too long ago called Pumpkin Eater that kind of goes into this kind of stuff quite morbidly. Eventually it dries up and becomes black. Decomposing flesh dissolves until it's completely liquid. Ugh, by the Sun God. In the end, only the white skeleton remains by the Sun God. People of the old who've seen bodies in such conditions believe that those are demons by the Sun God, because they couldn't understand. How could all these rotten parts connect to each other by the Sun God? I also heard that historical facts of human pillars were rewritten so people wouldn't be afraid of these places by the Sun God. Come to think of it, why are we even being afraid of dead? Death, you mean? By the Sun God. Oh dear. Nothing there. And what should I do regarding the other exit by the Sun God? I heard a girl scream from the stairs, and a loud sound as if something fell by the Sun God. I've tried to talk to her several times, but to no avail by the sun god. I can't open the door either since I don't have the key. The next time I'll head out to share food and treat patients, I'm going to borrow it by the sun god. So this note was written by... I really wanted to meet you again. What? Yeah, exactly. You've been here before. You're part of this whole process. Did you just say something? Not at all. Suspicious. You're a part of all this, Lily. Let's pick it up. You picked up a rope. Okay, that was just lying there. Nice, nice. Although a rope could also be mistaken as a noose. But okay, let's move on. Is this place a little darker than usual? Or is it just me? Perhaps it's just me. Right, we'll start from the left and go to the right. Because that's how reading works. Okay, what's this over here, actually? What's this? I really don't want to touch it, but oh well. You can view this item from the central room. Let's see. Take a screenshot of that. The box is here. Number 2, how to open the box. Number 3, how to open the door. Number 4, the door is something. Number 5, snuffer for candles. Things for funeral. You are here and the map is here. Don't give me that kind of stuff. Don't give me that 4-4 breaking sort of stuff saying that I'm here. It's kind of like a map in a ways, but without any kind of geographical locations. It's like tying yourself to memories, but being confined by those memories because you have to be stuck in that geographical location to always relive those memories. You've picked up a rope. Let's see. Hang him with the rope by the sun god. Don't make those sounds again. Nothing there. Nothing there. A ball in the big casket. The last key is inside of Pandora's box by the sun god. That's the hope all of us keeps clinging to, just like the sinners clung to the spider's thread by the sun god. However, outside of the box there is, but by the sun god. Some people believe in reincarnation and some believe in nothingness after death. Some believe in heaven and hell, and some don't believe in any gods. By the sun god, by the sun god. I forgot to do that one. Every one of us thinks differently by the sun god. However, nobody of us, you mean none of us, can escape the moment of passing away. And when this time comes to me, I wonder, how will it be? By the sun god. My hollow corpse shall be another offering to this earth. We will all be an offering to the earth someday, but not quite yet. If you're watching this right now, that means you have entered life, but you have not entered death. Also, this sentence, also by the sun god. Each and every one of these has been written by the sun god. It's so easy to blame others, because we can never take responsibility for ourselves nowadays. And that's why sins keep piling up by the sun god. Right. Nothing there. You wonder to whom belong all the notes. The answer is to all of us by the sun god. You can't hear us sing here. Thus I'll call you to come closer, so you can finally hear our song by the sun god. Don't worry, soon you'll be able to sing too. I can sing where the dewdrops drop by the sun god. I can sing the whispers of the damned. That's not even singing, that's whispering. Longer, 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 longer. Try to make it 4 times longer. And then hang it down by the sun god. Tie it just like Rapunzel with her hair. So 4 pieces of rope are required then. You seem to be the seen as believing type. Yeah, I'm kind of that way as well. Like if somebody tells me something so horrific, I'm like, nah, I need to see it. Even if it's something that's going to leave a scar on my mind forever, I'd rather leave with no regrets. That's the impression I get from you, at least. Blind belief in things that don't exist is pretty much the same as dreaming instead of waking up. Kind of like believing in VTubers. Right. One day you have to awaken from your dream. Or make it reality. Make it reality, you say. I really wish all of this were just a dream. I mean, in dreams you can change everything as you like, right? Kind of like your VTuber appearance. Who knows? Maybe I could even bring back the days when everything was still fine. A time before VTubers. Alright, let me think. In that case, I would like to become a nurse. And to work in a theatre. And to get married. And... oh, by the way. And who would you like to be, Kai? Well, a pianist. Even though you... Don't call us clumsy! That gem fell down by itself! I told you already that gem fell off on its own. But why'd I give up on my dream? I'd like to hear your performance. So to hear your performance someday, if you don't mind. And one day I would like to be treated by you if I'm ever in another horrific accident. Don't think of it like that, okay? Just friends, okay? Nothing weird. Like a ghost minecart coming our way or anything like that. These axes were not here before. I'll inspect that later. Right, let's have another look at these story times. Again, subtle. A red rose bloomed on my bare skin. Its thorns are signs of the curse, of betrayal, by the sun god. The needle is an omen of danger. The toll of a bell is a sign of crossing a boundary by the sun god. It's just like in the old fairy tales, Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella. Another hint, perhaps? Okay, what I think has happened, and I think is very smart, is that the translators have translated the game in a way so that it corresponds with what we understand in the Western world, rather than, let's say, with Nightmare of Melini, for example, where the translators translated the game not very well to an extent, but they retained the Chinese or Japanese nursery rhymes in those ways. So we in the West wouldn't be able to understand them, or barely any of us. The only way you'll be able to understand a Chinese or a Japanese nursery rhyme in the Western world, in America or in Europe, for example, is if you studied in that country or study about that country or stuff like that. There's a fruit knife inside it. If it is rusty and unusable. I would rather take it than some other spirit take it, thank you very much. Hey, how many years do I have left until this disease gets me? Do you want it to get you? By the sun god. Right. Anything else beyond these catacombs? If only I could go back in time. I would have never come to this town. By the sun god. Right. What else? Though it doesn't allude the fact that this wouldn't be here otherwise. I wonder what could be the origin of this disease. They told us we should stay in our beds to recover, but by the sun god's grace, they were wrong. Anyone who rested was still sick. Thus we were trying not to sleep at all by the sun god. They don't know how to cure it. That's why we have to pay the price to prevent the infection from spreading by the sun god. And I also have to pay the price to get out of here, by the sun god. Right, more of these. There are some tiny sheets of paper in here. A drawing of a 4-leaf clover. A drawing of a family. Parents with children. A sketchy drawing of a rainbow by the sun god. The sun god does children's drawings after all. I thought we might find something useful in these drawers, but there's too many of them. Yeah, maybe we should split up. What? You're joking, right? It'd be faster, definitely. If you inspect the other room in the meantime... No, we hear footsteps. Sorry, it's really a bad idea. I wonder if Liddy and that ghost are connected in some ways. And this room, the walls around this room have become different. Right, let's check this room then. I've been requested to clean this place up, pick up the junk and move out the bones by the sun god. So much nonsense is said about this place. Gods, phantoms, you name it, by the sun god. But what's strange, by the sun god, one of the skeletons I found had some talisman on it, and that skeleton was in a better state than the others. I wonder why. Because it was protected by the talisman, by the sun god. You wonder why? The answer is obvious. It's right in front of you. The talismans! There are several empty bottles in here. Oh dear, by the sun god's grace. Let's see. Let's see what we have in these parts. What month is it today? It's November. What day is it? It's the 3rd. I don't know anymore, by the sun god's grace. Any more of these shall be defiled by the sun god. Put on your red, red shoes and dance, dance. Ellen the Witch's house, put on red shoes vibes? A lovely present for the dance of death. Oh joy, by the sun god, by the sun god. Lesion Sirius. Why not? Oh my, why not? You will pay the price to free us from this binding spell, won't you? Are you talking to us? By the sun god. What? What's wrong? Nothing, let's move on. The red shoes, this is my favourite one. God damn it. Do not wear the red shoes. Your head will implode and you'll just walk around with no head. Would you like to be a headless chicken for the rest of your eternity? For the rest of your living days? For the rest of your beating days? Heart beating, that is. Do you only pray to God in times of hardship? By the sun god. The armless power works, but I wonder what it was protecting. By the sun god. Right. I had a dream. A dream where I woke up and couldn't breathe. That's not a dream, that's a nightmare. By the sun god. Where I felt pain but couldn't move my body. By the sun god. Then I concentrate my consciousness and try to move my body to finally wake up. But it keeps happening again and again by the sun god's grace. By the sun god. Right, that room is inspected. Ghost, what are you doing there? Again, subtle. It's not in your face, but it's there. It's too rusty to be of any use, but it also looks way too big. It's like it's a two-person axe sort of thing. Like one person grabbing the bottom end and another person grabbing more or less near where the pickaxe is, sorry. That blank locks the door leading to a staircase. On top of that, I don't know where my toolbox is. Where the hell does he intend to... The sentence ends abruptly. God damn it. So there's a way to the exit behind that door. If we start moving with debris, there'll be a lot of noise. Should have an easy time catching us in this dead end like mice. Damn it. A toolbox. We should look for it. Yeah, buddy, that much is pretty much obvious. Obvious every single part of the way. I don't even know where I was going with that sentence there. Right. Let's look in these catacombs. Right, over there. No. Oh, there's another bit of rope down there, actually. Yoink! You picked up a rope. Thank you very much for this graceful offering. I shall now be on my way. Right, nothing over here. So there was a purpose with these rooms after all. Hello! I wonder what happened to the owner of this armlet. Wait, there's something in the shadow of that pile of rubble. Did somebody hide it here? Probably. It's a box. It's a toolbox, sorry. I can't open it. There's something stuck inside. If only I could find something to move it aside through the small gap. Maybe there's a tool for cutting wires inside? That would be helpful. I'm pretty sure there is. I mean, what kind of toolbox would it be if it doesn't have something that can cut something? Like a pair of pliers or something. You picked up a toolbox. Huh, something fell out. A note? I was absolutely certain I shut the door tight, but they are coming by the sun god. Countless sounds coming from my pursuers, just before closing the door on the staircase. Also as well when that beadwell was put it by the sun god. And then this one by the sun god. Run! Run! Run away! Away from here! Away! By the sun god. Run, 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 run by the sun god. You can't get away. So many times repeated. Also by the sun god. No one can escape from death. By the sun god. No, but you can delay it. I wonder what he was running from. At any rate, we need to figure out how to open the toolbox. Indeed. Just think about it. There are so many different things in life that could cause you your demise. Whether it's something that is very close to you, or something that is far away from you right now. It is always what you would call a mystery in life. Because yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a present. Like a gift present. Huh? Is there something shiny on this clock? I'll check it out. How do we get it? Oh, there we go. That's it. The needle is thin and pretty sturdy. We can use it to open that toolbox. Maybe I could slightly move the tool stuck inside of it. Okay, I guess. Well, you got any better ideas, Liddy? Or are you just going to stand there looking like that to us all the time? Or one of your overly joyful moments? Oh, it opened. It's opened. You can now use the tools from the toolbox. What are the tools from the toolbox? We can't exactly examine them. Oh, dearie me. Righty-ho. So you're saying that we can inspect it, but we can't inspect it. A little concerning. That might need a little look at, translators of the game. Unless there's something that I'm missing that I need to also interact with in order to actually make do with what the game is trying to tell us anyways. Right, this room has become much smaller because now the floor itself has largely been rotten away. Right, the other side of these catacombs. And also I was right about the hospital ward sort of thing, like, or the infirmary wards. There's so many beds here. Right, more drawers to read. A year. Constellations. Time. 12 is one world. Let 12 be 10? No, actually, I prefer 12 and 10. By the sun god. So when the Grim Reaper comes, the world could die and be reborn again by the sun god. What's this, a half-baked password? And what does those numbers mean anyway? It's not like this is a game or anything like that. It's not like we're in a horror scenario where we have to figure out puzzles and stuff like that. Again. Right. My wish didn't come true. And my love has gone just like that candle by the sun god. If only I could become sea foam, but this wish also won't come true by the sun god. Instead, now I'm becoming black foam, rotting, bubbling on that bed. My body won't even be buried beneath the ground by the sun god. Where do they move my bones by the sun god? Right, nothing there. Another ghost. Still, with these subtle horrors, nice. Waking up in morning, opening the window, feel the warm rays of the sun and the scent of the season that brings the morning breeze by the sun god. Oh, how I miss those old days by the sun god. I don't even know if it's night or day now. All that remains is that candlelight, also by the sun god. But I hate this light, because it makes everyone see how bad my condition is. Kind of like Ellen again from The Witch's House. Like, similarity-wise. Like, she has all these life-threatening conditions. And then she became a witch by the sun god. Whenever I wake up, I see that another one of us has died. Their bodies are carried away and new patients take their place by the sun god. I want to go back to my old life. I want to go back by the sun god. Oh dear. I heard that someone has been left behind on the staircase. Poor soul by the sun god. Oh dearie me. There's only one way to be born, but in how many ways can you die by the sun god? And while suffering from this sickness, I really wonder, is it better to have these candles lit or extinguished by the sun god? I thought there was something else afterwards. Also, there's another bit of rope here. You picked up a rope. Ah, we have 4 bits of rope now. Fascinating. Like that Rapunzel tale. If you want to see things in reverse, look from the opposite point of view. So you look inside a mirror then. Eventually you'll see your fate in a different light. Well, it'd be really creepy if the mirrors just started doing something which you're not doing. Okay, we need to inspect these 2 rooms and then we can open up that... cut those wires. A black lily consumed by the spell is a sign of the curse. Can I make witch's heart with... what was his name? Wellbird? Walbert? I've forgotten his name now. But he's got like a mahogany... not suit, but jacket on. Hoodie, there we go. If you hold it in your hand, it will lead you into the abyss by the sun god. Or in Witch's Heart's case, it was immortality. What I believe anyways. The white lily that witnesses the demise is the sign of the innocents. The night brightens and the dawn comes by the sun god. The first words in blue. These words, there's something about them that I don't like. Why? It feels like a divination. Oh, divinations don't work that way. Do they not now? Or do they now? Only one way can be found out. Only one way to find out, sorry. Sweet temptress, what path will you take? The path of pins or the path of needles? Neither. They're both painful paths. Make 2 offerings, and the divine protection will be granted upon you by the sun god, by the sun god. You are the path of pains, divined to you by the sun god. So, maybe it's about choosing between the easy way and the hard way. I'm not that sure about it, but I know that people who overcome hardships will mature sooner. I don't have any hardships, but my trauma brought me to my limits. But you're happy that we met, aren't you? You're being too cheeky again. By the sun god. You're gonna save that? Okay, you're not gonna save that again. Okay. I just want to see if there's a repeat or anything like that. If only I've been sent to prison before all that started by the sun god. Also, there are skeletons on these beds. Oh dear. There are cards in here. Only diamonds are missing in the deck. Spades are swords, hearts are chalices, clubs are wands and rods, and diamonds... what are diamonds supposed to symbolize? Well, in this case, I would think shields. Maybe we would find something further that is somehow related to diamonds? Further? Lily, what are you talking... oh, well, you're always like that. Exactly. It's like she's been here before. It's like you know your way around these parts, Lily. You're suspicious. I learnt it from my grandma. She told me about the moon phases, constellations, fairy tales, and also medicinal herbs. Medicinal herbs? My grandmother and my mother were growing herbs and they concocted the various ointments. Your family. As much as I want to, it's impossible to bring mine back. Exactly. You cannot revive somebody from the dead. For example, insanity. That father in that game thought they perfected their resurrection revival medicine, which is not possible. I wish I could choose the way to be buried by the sun god. Exactly. The sun god defines life, but also confines us to life before death. Did you look at it one more time? At your offering by the sun god, your gift to this land. A tower without a way in and out, just like this place by the sun god. And this one? So many beautiful butterflies. I can't wait to become as beautiful as them by the sun god. Butterflies? I heard that souls can change. Their form and appear as butterflies. Okay, that's my bad. Maybe it's actually true. I remember seeing a lot of them flying around her. You mean her? Her, you mean that girl who drove us here? Uh-huh. So, did you also see them back when she chased us? No, I haven't. So they know each other. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. They know each other, just as I thought. But we don't get why those butterflies gather around her. Gather? I wonder how she's connected to this place. Exactly. Was she one of the ones that treated people? Or were tormented by people? Was she one of the subjects here? Okay, last room to read stuff in. The world of the living. The world of those who once were alive. Who once were humans. By the sun god. All of them are interconnected. But all of them are absolutely different from each other. It's like alternate timelines. It's like there's always where what you do now, there's a different version where you do something else differently. And there's an infinite number of possibilities. For example, right now, I'm still playing this game. Whereas in another universe, I would have stopped here and say thank you so much for watching and we'll see each other on the next time. Which world do you belong to? This one, obviously. At first glance, only this world exists. But there are actually three of them. Overlapping each other and making up one big world. Then you could just say that it's one... For goodness sakes, let's move on. I suppose that girl is in the other world right now. Who cares which world she's in? Then that sound we heard was... She's with us in the same location, but... It seems like she's in a different world from us. Well, not exactly, but she can still kill us. Because of N2. But I guess it's only a matter of time before she realizes that we're here. All of this is too complicated. Hey, I've been thinking about that some time ago. Could it be that you... What is it? The door again. Can we move from here already before she appears? Alright. Stop interrupting us, Spo. Oh, something else is here. What's this? Oh, we don't want to touch it, but... Oh, well. You can view this from the central room. Okay, let's see what we've got here then. We're going to do a treasure hunt all together, and each room will have a purpose. Righty-ho! So right now we're in room 8. Kind of ideal, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A lot of rooms here. When I was still alive and sick, everybody would avoid me by the sun god. After my death, everybody still hated me because of all the germs left in my body by the sun god. There's no other place for me besides here by the sun god. Alright, anything else? Traitor, so many times by the sun god. Right, there's that. There's this. That girl with fluffy hair said she would take me to some place nice by the sun god. How much longer? How much longer by the sun god? I wonder if is there any place worse than here? There always is a worse place. All this time they were purifying us, warding off the evil spirits. Despite that, we keep dying by the sun god. We would have thought I'd be an object of exorcism. So who would have thought I'd be an object of exorcism? My bad, I misread that by the sun god. I had so much to do. I left behind so many things dear to me by the sun god. We'll always do that. We'll always leave behind something that we would rather take with us to death by the sun god. Soon we'll be together. Death has separated us. Death will unite us. Exactly. Because when one dies out of two, someday the other will die too. A photo. Only a half of it. So we need to find the other half of it. Or maybe the other half is still unable to be found. I'm still alive. How are you by the sun god? Don't come to me, I beg you. You'll get infected by the sun god. Please run away from here. To a safe place. Your safety is most important to me by the sun god. Letters? The last sheet is too old and barely legible, though. A photograph? Perhaps? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. No more, okay. Right. Let's cut these things here with the toolbox. Maybe we could use that toolbox we found earlier. It's a little rusty, but it looks usable enough. Right. And they'll break, I imagine. Nope. We can't open it yet. Another key search? Hey, Kai. This door doesn't look like it has a keyhole to begin with. Huh, so it needs a password then. That said, how did you know that? Well, I don't know how. Somehow. Maybe it opens with some other method? Not a key, not a password. What method could that be? I am highly suspicious of you, Lily. Water drops? Water droplets? Perhaps there was a bathroom here? But something fell. What's this? Isn't that a snuffer? A tool for extinguishing candles? I'll take this with me. Huh? Don't even think about using it. We honestly don't want to huddle in the darkness here. This kind of thing is cute, isn't it? She doesn't even listen for a second. Listen for even a second. Maybe I should just let her have it. You picked up a snuffer. It should be on her side of the screen. Don't we look cute? One of them neglecting the other. I don't know why. Don't know why that's a thing. Right. Do you want to extinguish a candle? Yeah, let's extinguish it. I told you not to. But it'll be hard for her to find us, don't you think? Whatever. No, actually, it'll be easier because we've got the only light source then. If we have the only light source, then she will very easily find us. Don't you think? I think so anyways. Yep, we'll do it. We'll extinguish the candles. I'm not liking the idea, but guess what? We're in that stage of the game where we have to make some drastic decisions here. By the sun god's grace. Excuse me, you whispering in my ear, thank you. I don't want to hear those kind of things. Especially with all your stories down here. You're not actually the sun god, but you're still annoying. Right, let's see. This is the only one that's not lit. Maybe once the others have gone away, then that one will be automatically lit up. I don't know. We need a light source or something in order to actually light it up. Like a match, for example. A match. A matchstick. That's that done. Any in here? Oh yeah, there's two in here. One in this part. That part. Maybe I need to be on the other side. Okay, one directional. That chair moved, and there's a ghost there. Stop interfering with our world. Extinguish candle, yes. Again, with the sparkles. Uncertain as to why you can't interact with them. What next? Done that room. So now it's just the left side we need to deal with. What is going to come about when we extinguish all of these candles? Yes, I do. I very much do. And we got 4 pieces of rope as well. What is about to happen when we extinguish out the only sources of light within the darkness? Without darkness, there is no light. Right. Again with that subtle bit of horror there. Screen shaking and stuff like that. Right. Something... Oh, that's what happened. Hands appeared. No good. Damn it. And hands appeared again. Oh, sheesh. Okay, I need to go down here and then go back up. No, that's also very bad. Okay, we can save in here, I imagine. Make a different save slot. Right. Lovely. Lovely dovely. Oh gosh, more hands. Okay. Again with that. Maybe I should extinguish the last candle nearer this door. Right. Save there. And then, okay, go through the door. Lovely. We can't keep doing this, and that's locked. What the hell's going on? Exactly, we're in an infinite loop at the moment. How many of... Yeah, we keep doing this. We're here again. I'm a little tired. Can we rest a bit? Oh, sure. Thanks. Hey, will you stay with me from now on? I don't know. How do I put this? Oh, I see. Thank you for trying to cheer me up, but when you say it like that, someone might misunderstand. Yay, you're finally smiling. I'm sorry. All this time I didn't notice that you were concerned about me. That's okay, because now I know you aren't mad at me. Mad? All this time you seem to be brooding over something. Well, we have lost our parents, for goodness sake, so therefore that is something that is natural to brood over. I was really worried that I'd upset you. That's why I'm happy now. Right. Coming here. That's the way I was. Never attaching any importance to anything. That I'd like to try someday. And things I can only do right now. So many things I could do, and time is always limited, and yet I've postponed them to the very end. Besides, and now that I've reached the point of no return, I have to decide which road to choose. But I don't know where to go. Unsure whether the circumstances will crush me one day. That's why I had to handle the situation by myself, because I'm the only one I could rely on. It was too painful, so I averted my eyes and stopped going forward. But I'm alright now. If I won't advance, I'll regret it. And I got the courage to move on from a friend that reassured me. But if you hadn't stopped, you wouldn't have realized what's really important to you, right? Yeah. Alright, let's get back on track. If we can, that is. Is this? Kai, what's wrong? Oh, never mind, it's nothing. What is that pudding sensation? Very suspicious. Not looking at that door just yet. And that is the other side. Okay, that's fine. Was Lily the one that prevents us from moving forward? Could have been the case. Here, this is the door that required a key. But promise, huh? Okay, then let's find it. You're awfully positive about that. Well, that isn't the wrong attitude to have. Whichever obstacles are in your way, you need to find out how to keep moving forward exactly. What's wrong? We searched all over the place and still haven't found the key. That means there's only one place left where we didn't check. Why are you looking at me like that? Do you really want to go down there? Since we found some ropes earlier, I think it's possible to climb down if we tie them together. Yes, lasso them together. Now then, I'll go down alone. What about me? I want you to hide nearby and wait for me. Huh? We have 2 lanterns, so everything will be fine. And if the ropes tear, you'll be able to help me. That's why. If anything happens while I'm still down there, just leave me and run away. Again by myself? Do you really have to go down? I don't want to, but there's no other way. But if you won't come back, please don't leave me. Why are you crying? Good grief. And you can have my scarf. But are you sure I can have it? Yeah, I don't want to get stuck somewhere on the way. While I'm off then. Floofy scarf. Yes, I realise I just end up hurting you. What are you up to, Lily? When I was a child, some strangers would come to me, asking me for directions or the current time of date. Some children about my age also came to play, and I played with them. And on certain days, someone would ask me, "Who are you talking to?" But after I had a little conversation with a lady in black clothes at the church, these things stopped happening. However, one day it started again. In the town. A girl in a black dress with azure ruffles appeared in front of me. Around her silvery white hair fluttered many blue butterflies. As the butterflies danced around the girl, she was so beautiful, yet looked so unhappy. But one day I came home, and she was there. I saw butterflies fluttering around my sick mother, sleeping in the bed. That girl noticed me and said... Said what? You can see me, right? Yes, I can see you. What should I do? The door opened. But wasn't it blocked by the pile of debris on the other side? Well, it wouldn't hurt if I just looked around a bit, right? Wait, what? This place is totally different. And there's a white bird on the right side. Right. Let's see what we have going on here. If we can see which way we're going, that is. Okay. Can I find the way home? You have to look where the gaps are within the fence in order to find the way home. Hello there, nice to meet you. Did the birds just talk? The season stopped changing. The colours have faded. Will the moment of death also be frozen in time? We need to bring the new season so the seasons could keep changing. But I don't know why Rinnie is being rejected. Rinnie? Rejected? What is Rinnie? Rinnie? It means reincarnation. What are you talking about? Now, when did it happen? During the lockdown of the diseased patients? He tried to save a girl trapped on the stairway between a dungeon and the surface. He offered all his strength but met his death. So he's been reincarnated and came back to save the girl once again. Are you still going to stay here? What did you mean? How did you even know what I am? Reincarnated? Came back? Are you talking about Kai? Young lady. It was very troublesome for my mistress to come here. Please don't run from her. Every hardship that you overcome only makes you stronger. Well then, I've been talking for too long. Now it's time for me to go. What is your ordeal, Lily? Feels like it's quite lively in there. Yeah, lots of hands and all that. Oh! Oh dear. Is everything upside down here? Am I even standing on the floor? This is the entrance, right? What's at the end of those stairs? Something along the lines of a mystery. And there's no door. I can't go back from here. Are you sure? There's no sound. Is it broken? I think Kai should know how to play it. I don't even know how to play it, or even read notes, but all these musical symbols look kind of cute. There's something written in the score. In the end, touch the keyboard one more time. I want to go back. There's no going back. Some paths. To get impure and to commit sin after sin. Sin and purify. Then sin to purify it once again. I don't know. I don't know your goddamn rumours and crypticness. Bloody hell. Bummer, yeah. Desires and attachments won't satisfy you. They'll only sap your soul. What do you... The end is inevitable. Slowly and steadily, but life will cease. Again. Like, we're not given anything to work with. Hope turns despair. The price just keeps growing. Like, we're given different numbers here, but what on earth do they correspond to? No idea. Like... I'm looking at the walkthrough and seeing how it actually is. Someone's grave. A stone is a mark. A place where all the worlds are entangled. This gravestone has... It has Kai's name on it. Could this grave be connected to where Kai is? Could be. So blue. 3, 11, 8. Or 7. Yeah, that's 7. Right, okay, so you have to go from left to right and see the numbers connect up in some way. So yellow is next. So 1. So 519? Like, it's very vague at first. Like, especially that Zodiac one. that's vaguer than this one. Like, this one, you can kind of put it together. So, okay, so you got 10, and then 2, and then 6. Good. And then the last one being red is, let's see, 8, 12. Any other numbers to fall down? 8, 12, 4. Okay, that should be it. 4 seasons that won't change, colours that have faded, and the season of death that has come. A ball in white is left behind. What's happening now? Go up here. All of it is dear to me. She took them all away from... She took away all of them, sorry. No matter how hard I try, there are things I cannot change. My efforts aren't always rewarded. Therefore, I have decided to embrace the season of death. I've decided to enjoy it. And so I need more friends to become even happier. Why does she hinder me? How much more does she want to take from me? I wonder what can I do to make her give up? What can you do to make her give up? Sorry, I really don't want to step on you, but I have to open that door no matter what. Please, let me find the key. Someone's whispering to me. I've just heard someone's voice. The key is hidden by those who cannot sing. And what does that mean? Cannot sing? Is there a skeleton here but it doesn't produce sounds? But how can I find it in this sea of bones? Perhaps the best way is to just walk around until I hear a sound. Oh, hello. This one down here. This one doesn't make a sound. This skeleton over here, it doesn't crunch. And then you picked up a rusty key. That's it. That's it. But it is the right key. So is it the right key? It could be an imitation or meant for a different door. I'll bet on this key. Lovely. We have the key to enlightenment. Welcome back. Didn't I tell you to hide somewhere? I found a key. Not sure if it's the right one, though. You truly kept your promise. Oh, yeah. Hey, my scarf. I never said you could keep it. But late you give it to me anyway. Yeah. Come on, let's open this door already. I don't trust Lily. She has forsaken us. Right. Okay, we can open the door then. Okay. Go up. And up. Damn it, Debris, there's no door here. What's going on? Anything wrong? No way. This is the second exit to the surface. Or rather, it used to be. I begged them not to lock me up. Not just me, all of us begged, but they didn't listen. But there was a certain somebody. He told me that he was going to find the key. He said that he would definitely open the door and let me out. Sleep was the only relief I had, because I was always scared of the dark, scared of being alone. Okay, she's turning yandere now. What a wake! The only solace I had was waiting for him to return. But in the end he stopped coming as well, and I've been alone ever since. Eventually my body stopped moving. There is no pain anymore. There is no fear. It's gone. All gone. I've been waiting all this time. But now everything's fine because you've fulfilled your promise. Now we just need to make more friends so we won't be lonely. Say, do you know the story about Pandora's box? There's a story about Pandora's box, which she hurriedly closed when disasters flew out of it, and hope was the only thing left inside. And hope was locked inside in the darkness ever since the box has been closed. And the disasters have been scattered around the world. This place must stay locked as well. No more pain, no more grief, no more fear. Only hope remains here, just like in Pandora's box. No more disasters in the box. A world of joy filled only with hope. Right? So, then, you are the one who has been luring me here all this time. I see. You two are good friends. I will grant you a peaceful rest. Thanks. We've been trapped and lured here all this time. Isn't that just fantastic? Hi there. Lovely. So lovely. Ending 3. Sleeping Burial. Ah, I've got different CGs this time. Yeah, so the girl on the front page of the game, or the main menu of the game, she definitely is what you would call it. The thing that has confined us to this place all this time. Well, of course. We're friends after all. Yay, you're finally smiling. Thank you for that. I mean, I took everything for granted till I've lost something. I really should have noticed earlier how precious they are to me. I miss them so much. There are countless things in life that make us happy, but we inadvertently fail to notice. For goodness sakes, words! Fail them. And yet, even if you cherish them deeply, eventually you'll have to say goodbye and come to terms with your loss. Right. Someday everybody will be gone forever. But the memories of those days will stay with you. And when you're with someone, you'll have more good memories. You'll become happier and less gloomy. Humans are so weird, don't you think? How all humans relate to each other? You're talking as if you're not human. You're definitely suspicious, Lily. Just think of it. People that you know, they make food, create different things. Those impressions come into our lives. We cherish and hold on to them. It's hard to put into words, but it's amazing. Even if we leave a human world behind, we'll always have the memories, won't we? Yeah, I guess. But now that you said it, my, you're the weirdest girl I've ever met. I don't think there's anyone stranger than you. Jeez, I'm serious. He's serious. You could have told me you were lying instead of being a jerk. Well, I can't lie to friends, you know. And you are a friend. No, I mean, we should get moving. Hey, what do you mean you are? Exactly. We're not going to fulfill that requirement. Is this? Kaya, what's wrong? Oh, never mind. It's nothing. What is that pulling sensation? No idea. No idea, and I do not want to know. So it could be the same as before. But let's just play this out. This is the door that required a key. Yep, a promise. All very positive about that. Obstacles, moving forward, etc. Searching all over the place. There's one place we haven't found, which is the abyss below. Why are you looking at me like that? Yes, I do want to go down there. We found ropes. We could tie them together. Something like that. Something along those lines, for goodness sakes. We did this in a previous timeline. Except I said, wait. That's not really something like those lines. Dear, I don't know. Yeah, something like that. What about me? Hide nearby and wait for me. We have 2 lanterns exactly we can both see. And if the ropes tear, you'll be able to help me. If anything happens while I'm still down there, just leave me and run away. Again by yourself. Do you really have to go down? Yes, I want to, but there's no other way. But if you won't come back, please don't leave me. What do you mean, but if you won't come back, please don't leave me? Like, you would have to come down with us. Good grief. Exactly, you can borrow this scarf. Yeah, I don't want it to get stuck somewhere on the way while I'm off then. Exactly. It's all warm and fluffy. Oh, hello, it's now red. Wait, what? This place is totally different. Exactly, it's red rather than blue. Although, I think you can see the exit points more easily now that it's red. But then again, when has it ever been easy to traverse through a horror game? Well, the initial ones were easier. Probably because the floor was brighter. But now the floor is, well, mixing between light and dark. Hello! Who are you? Can we go from here? Can we escape at all? It seems we can't escape. Do you know about the 7 deadly sins? It's not the letters that matter, it's the colours. Rinnie can't stay with you for longer. Rinnie? Is that your name, Mr. Bird? Yes, my mistress gave it to me. Mistress? From your point of view, this world may be a gloomy place with no way out. But you need to change your perspective. No matter what kind of wall blocks your path, there's always a way out. It's hard to see it from your perspective, but Rinnie can see it clearly. Because we're not Rinnie! Rinnie's goddamn perspective. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, Rinnie. Where is Rinnie? What did Rinnie do? Can you give me more hints? It's not there. She killed her. Gave it to me. From your point of view, this world may be a gloomy place with no way out. You need to change your perspective. There's always a way out. Yeah, we're not Rinnie though, so we can't see her perspective. For goodness sakes. I just don't know anymore. I really just do not know our way out of here. I don't know the different perspective. Because I can't represent that individual. Oh, here we go. There's something else there. Lovely. Feels like it's pretty lively in there. Is it? Oh, it is pretty lively, actually. Oh, hello. It's not a burial this time, but it's an opening. Is everything reversed here? Am I even standing on the floor? This is the entrance, right? Then what's that black thing over there? And there's no way back. Lovely. I can't go back the same way. Oh dear. Let's see. Skull. Talk. 1 lamb. 2 lambs. So many lambs are gathered together. Who are they? Whence do they come from? Whom do they belong to? We don't know. You should also be same with the rest. Otherwise one of the lambs might run away. But this particular seat is for you. Yes, you have been chosen. You're not the others. You're special. Talk. It's hidden among the seen bones and the silent skeleton of the unforgiven. Even though I've dragged you into this, I didn't want it. Now I, who came looking for my old bones, will become another skeleton. These words don't seem to be related to this room. Could this be about Kai? If it says he's turned into another skeleton, I was trapped in there, and he tried to save me. Did that person become Kai and come down here to help me again? I don't know. Talk. Why were you the only one chosen to be saved, young girl? No one came for us. Why did you get that privilege then? We're jealous, we're pitiful, we're envious. I don't know. That should be number 4. You're carrying a mortal sin anyway. Why not enjoy it then? It's not enough, it's not enough. Embrace the sin, sin more. Talk. When did you die? The number of flies and maggots will be answer. The moment you move it, you'll see the insides full of fat maggots consuming the dead flesh and flies that have all grown up all at once instantly where it was scattered around. And this is number 4. No, this is number... Oh, 4's on the top of the stairs. Death is disgusting. Whoever said that? Being alive is much more disgusting. And we don't have a body that rots. You can stay beautiful forever. So up here is number 4. No, here is number 4. But it's an empty C. If I connect these numbers to the letters on the chairs with the same colour, maybe I'll get a hint. I really don't know. 3, 2, 1, 7, 5, and 3, 6. Again, I don't know how to do this kind of thing without a walkthrough. That's one of them. That's another one. That's another one. 7 deadlies, but there's still not a 4th one somewheres. Like, honestly, there's no 4. Maybe we have to go through that mirror at the top to find number 4. Alright, Gula. And Luxuria. Don't know. A pitch black mirror. When I was little, my grandma told me about this. Mirrors with water surface and crystals which were able to reflect the future in other worlds. I must go back quickly. There's no number 4, so we can't connect these things up, for goodness sakes. Well, all these things are listed as red writing, so it can't be that. Maybe it's by majority of what colour appears most within the second part of the sentence? Still uncertain. This is the first puzzle that is completely illogical, and I don't care who says it otherwise. If you can explain it to me in the comment section below, that would be thoroughly appreciated, but from as far as I can tell, this puzzle has not been thought over. When the mirror... So what the mirror reflects is the emptiness that comes after you committed a deadly sin. Why do you postpone the inevitable in fear? This chair befits you indeed. Sloth. Oh dear, that's the other one. Oh dear. So what? You've been chosen because you prefer to give up. I made a promise, that's why I won't stay here. Don't bother me anymore. Oh dear. Oh, you put the rabbit on there. Okay. Oh. When will I die? I don't know. If somebody finds me, what will they see? After I die, how much time will it take before they find my body? Or will I stay unfound forever? Well, it's not like I have a choice anyway. I'll try not to die too soon. What are you talking about, girl? Sometimes I just do not know. Sorry, I really don't want to step on you, but I have to open that door no matter what. Please let me find a key. All these whispers. I've just heard someone's voice. The key is hidden by those who cannot see. And what does that mean? Cannot see. Is there a skeleton here that doesn't produce sounds? But how can I find it in this sea of bones? Perhaps the best way is just walk around until I hear a different sound. Or a lack of sound. Okay, so the sound is in a different place every time you come down, so it's randomized. This skeleton over here doesn't crunch. So now, picked up a rusty key. That's it. We can now leave this place. Really have that promise back then? Nah. Nah. You'll be with me forever and for the spell. Oh, dearie me then. Isn't that very bad? So she was the one who casted the spell, in a ways. To lock us all up in here in some way. To lock everybody up here in some ways. And death is the only release of this eternal bind. But also, the binding spell she released from that girl now. She pretended to be chased away, but no. She's just binding Kai here. How about offering the little flower here? Okay, even if it's just one flower, it's just as lovely and beautiful as the rest of them. Thank you. Okay, so what difference does that make? Hey, how about we play a little game? The reward is a wonderful treasure. However, only one of you can get out. Will one of you be sacrificed to the darkness, or will you be devoured together? I'm not up to any games. Game? I'm not to any games. Lily, let's go. Oh my, what a shame. Yeah, what a shame indeed. Perhaps we should have chosen the other option. Great, we're back here again. No differences here. even with the flower place, so it could be the other option. Just one of us leaving is good enough. Okay, if at least one of us could be saved, I'm fine with that. Kai? That's my choice if it's going to save Lily. Good boy. You've got a kind heart, and you prove yourself worthy of having it. Please keep going. Okay, what's this? A talisman? Is this a reward for that game? Probably not. You picked up an armlet. But I guess it is. Lily, this is... if the armlet works. Lily? I'm fine. I'll just keep it for now. Yeah, keep it with you and not her. Back then you had told me you would stay with me forever. My most precious friend. Then you were the one who has been luring me here all this time. And you. My, you've made me run a fair distance. Listen, I'm going to borrow your friend for a little while. Who, me? Am I the one you want me to have? Where are we? This is the binding spell. A world created by the darkness dwelling deeply inside the souls of resentful spirits. Those who continue to hold on to the mortal world with their malevolence, resentment, hatred and sorrow. In an attempt to heal the darkness in their hearts, they tempt others into their space, and the vicious cycle repeats. I wasn't planning on coming here, but let's just say I was asked to. Though their cadavers rot away as time goes on, their souls and emotions linger to bring fortune or misfortune to the living. Humans are truly terrifying, don't you agree? What do you want? My power wouldn't be enough, so I wonder, how could a small being like you stay here without being consumed by this world? Don't call me small. How am I supposed to know that? Oh right, I picked up that armlet a moment ago. I see. You were under the protection of the goddess. Is there? No way. What would have happened to me without it? The curse would have consumed you and turned you into a grudge spirit. Now that you say that, aren't you some kind of grudge spirit as well? Oh, so that's why you ran from me. When I seen you the first time back then, you were creepily transparent. Just the sight would have made anyone flee without thinking, grudge or not. I am a Grim Reaper, one who controls death. I was asked to bring the girl who turned into a grudge spirit back to the heavens. I've approached you just to talk. This sword is a tool used to deliver souls to the heavens, and I've appeared translucent because you've entered the wrong world now. Hold on, return souls to heavens? Does that mean you were trying to help Lily? Yes, her and all the others who remain trapped in this world. That's why I came here. Then, is there anything I can do to help you with that? Only the Grim Reaper can release souls. Cooperation would be needed. However, I want her to pass on by her own efforts. But you are correct. I cannot bring back so many souls to the heavens by myself. So we'll use a few objects from the original world. Everything's distorted here, but the worlds are still interconnected. Put these back in their stone statues. It will help me to get over the darkness in their souls. You got 4 gems. Ah, the ones we found earlier. These are the gems from earlier. Breaking the binding spell seal was an unbelievable mistake. I'm sorry. Then again, isn't it ridiculous that somebody like me could break it so easily? Also, there was a seal. How did Lily get there in the first place? And couldn't we have just returned these back then? The world of living beings. The world where the souls of the dead wander aimlessly in the binding spell. All 3 worlds overlap each other, just like Lily said. Ordinary people can only see one of them. However, some people are able to perceive other spaces. These people are usually called mediums. The seal prevents the spell from spreading to the world of the living. It doesn't allow lingering spirits to lure people here, therefore it prevents the spell from spreading. But some of them became so absorbed by the spell that they go as far as deluding themselves into thinking that they've been chosen to be bounded by it. Or they've chosen to be bounded by it. No one of them should have become a vengeful spirit. However, no one of them would want to be trapped here either. Everything that happened here was wrong in the first place. That's why they remain here. And the strength of the seal eventually waned. A world between worlds. Distorted, incomprehensible. It doesn't exist, and yet it exists. It exists, yet it doesn't exist. Usually I don't ask for help, but right now, you're the only one I can depend on. And remember, don't let yourself be fooled by the fakes. The power of this talisman is limited, and it won't protect you from attacks. It can only maintain your normal state here for some time. Speaking of that task, what if something happened to me on the way? Something, you say? Don't worry about that, I can always bring you back. However, the further you go, the more corrupted this place will become, making it harder and harder for you to return. After that, I should stay here and purify this place. It should take some little time, I presume. In your terms, if everything goes fast, it will only take a decade. In the worst case, hundreds of years, so centuries. After you put the gems back, there's one more matter I need you to attend to. Well then, do your best. Decades? Hundreds of years? That's what you call fast? And I'm not sure I really understood the part about fakes. Oh well, let's do this already. Exactly. Let's put these goddamn things back. And let's save for the moment. At least we're not consumed by Lily. I knew something was off about her from the very start of this game. And she was involved in all this. How do we put these back? Turn on. Let's see. Turn on all of these or only some of them? Okay, some of them have letters, others have words. We only need to turn on some of them, I believe. Alright. Oh, something's stuck here. Cards? Wouldn't it have been faster for her to light them herself instead of preparing these hints? And I wonder if this amulet even works. Oh well, whatever it takes to get out of here. Exactly. From the birth of time to the death of time. Okay. These are tarot cards. Overcoming hardships and eventually meeting their fate. From the demise to the new dawn. Mirror. Unafraid of the spikes of betrayal, he took up his sword to cut off the thorns of the curse. Sun. Rising, setting, setting and rising, keeping the cycle of life and death repeating. And drawing up the earth with its great shine. The defiled earth has dried up, so why not to moist up the soul with a cup of sacred water? Sacred water, yeah, the midnight eye that tears up the darkness while being consumed by it. Right, Q. White lilies and black lilies in bloom. Offer them in balance. A balance of light and dark, good and evil. A sound of the four seasons is played and the conductor's baton points out to the black void. Ouch. Judgment and punishment. The thunder of judgment will strike, collapsing the sins piled up on top of each other. And the beginning of a new cycle will come. Again with these cycles. Okay, so J. When you wish to turn evil into good, a star of hope will show you the way. I know we have to turn on only some of them. Pair of cups. A golden cup and a silver cup. The good and the evil. The heaven and the earths. The light and the dark. Sharing the opposites as necessary. Yep. Moon. The two worlds. The light and the shadow. Which are waxing and waning. Waning and waxing. What do you prefer? To be maliciously humiliated or benevolently saved? The dawn will break soon. Depends on perspective. Scales. The scales have tipped and the hour of judgment has come. You'll be punished for all of your repeated sins. Unless, is this a similar kind of puzzle towards one in the beginning? Where you had to input numbers because of the zodiac symbols. Although I don't think all of these need to be put on. I just think some of them need to be put on. But which ones they are, I have no idea. You must light the 12 torches in the correct order. If you get it wrong, just turn off the torches at the center obelisk or leave and enter the screen. Light them in the order K, mirror, J, star, moon, sun, pair of cups, Q, scales, judgment and punishment, 0, end. Well, it's nice to know that that one's kind of like a conclusive one being end, but still, I think that these kind of puzzles are very cryptic and give very vague hints. Like, how on earth is anyone able to figure these out. Like at all. Like, these are just so complicated and so illogical. So the first one's K. Like, without a walkthrough, this game would be impossible to solve. Like I said earlier, I don't care who's going to say, well, it does have a logical explanation behind it, you're just not looking into it. No, I'm looking at this from a logical perspective and I'm seeing that there's nothing to gain from all this. Okay, turn on that one. Next up is mirror. If we can find mirror, then we got ourselves a start to this journey, if we can actually find it, that is. I don't remember the location of each of these things. Okay, here we go. Turn on that. And then J is the next one. Sun, no. It'll become easier as time comes to pass because there'll be less to try and process of an animation sort of thing. Judgment and punishment, nope. J, turn on. Right, next one is star. Not sun, but star. They're both the same thing at the end of the day. But star is a generic name, while sun is a specific name. Moon, I believe, was down here. Yep, turn on that one. Then pair of cups, I believe, was here. And then the next one after pair of cups is Q. Like, how would anybody be able to figure this out without a walkthrough? Honestly, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, let's just put things together and then it'll go on from there. That kind of thing. Like, I don't like puzzles like this because it's so cryptic and so annoying. It's like you have to have some kind of outside knowledge to be able to try and go through this goddamn thing. Right. Judgment and punishment next? No, I didn't mean to read it again. But then again, one of these is missing. And what's this one over here, son? Oh, for goodness sakes, I've done it bad. 0, and finally end this puzzle. Thank you. It just doesn't make any sense. Again. But at least we're going forward. No, I'm going back up to save. Thank you very much. I don't want to go through that again. Thank you. I'm trying to find them in order and stuff like that. No, thank you. I'd rather live than die. Again. Right. How do we go about this place? Is a mystery. Oh, great. I'm going to be cornered by these skulls at some point. Luckily, I made the correct maneuver there to avoid them. Oh, great! No! The way back is gone. Is this what she meant earlier when she said to watch out for fakes? So many of them, it's going to take quite a while. But I've already seen these stone statues before. That Miss Reaper said they're connected to the real world. Could this be the room where the memorial was? If that's the case, the location of the real stone statues might be the same as in that memorial room. I see if I can find them, but even if I do reinsert the gems, how do I return? Maybe that will be the case when the time comes by. Okay, so this is that. Don't interact with the fake crosses. But then again, I don't know what is real in here, because this is kind of like an Umaniki sort of universe where it's infinite. And I'm just all bamboozled as to what it is I need to do. Maybe one of these statues is different after all, but I just need to try and find the right variation of that kind of thing. I don't know. And to be honest, I kind of want to get out of here, because these puzzles are getting a bit too illogical for one such as myself to be able to try and solve. I hate puzzles which you can't actually explain the process behind answering them. So I'd rather be able to say, well, here's this puzzle, these are the clues, and this is how you solve it. Not just being given a bunch of random words that mean nothing. Found you. Uh-oh. Lily. Yes, you found me. What do you want? My friend. Damn it, no! You're not my friend! We will be together forever. No! Leave me. How can you tell which ones are fully intact? These skulls are AIDS! Why do they exist? Why does this portion of the game exist? It's just to serve as a delay for you to try and get through something which is not guaranteed to be able to get through anyways. These things need to be 4 tiles up and down rather than 3 tiles up and down, because there's no way of getting past these skulls if they're able to just go in front of you. There's a 50-50 chance that you can slide alongside them, or you just die by them. So there's no guarantee. It's by luck, it's by RNG, it's by chance. And I hate that! Is this the one? Okay, I can... instead of whatever that is. Okay. This one. Okay. Oh, this one? Bloody hell, not up, down. Is it the other one over here? Okay. Is that it? Please tell me that's it! Stone statues. With broken parts or missing parts? Is that it? I don't really want to think back to the accident, but... the last thing I remember is being in that hospital. And then I found myself in front of a gravestone. Come to think of it, the funeral that was cancelled. And that Miss Grim Reaper that appeared right after that. But how is it possible that I'm able to see her? And not just her, but Lily too. Everybody I've seen until now. Why? Why could I see them so clearly? Not just that. That cancelled funeral was for you? Whose funeral was it? What the? There's a book in the shadow of the stone statue. 2 underground entrances. One is by the altar. It was used to quarantine the infected in the dungeon. We've completely shut them inside. Isolating them was the only way to save us from the plague. The infected have unresolved feelings, negative emotions that would eventually turn them into spirits and cause them to commit more crimes. Oh Lord, the vindictive spirits are not guilty. This is my sin, for I have locked them up. I will atone for this sin, so please save their souls. This book is what? Looks like you've got everything set up. I'll bring you back now. Back here. Now that everything is prepared, the only thing left to do is... Hey, I'd like to ask you a question. What is it? Why didn't you come to take me until now? Many times. I came for you countless times. However, your resentment and lingering attachment to this world prevented you from deliverance. It's my job to bring souls back to heaven, but I can't take on the darkness in your heart that changed you to this world, so I've waited until the pain in your soul has dispersed. On the other hand, I can't allow anything to get lured by the binding spell. Thus I must prevent the binding spell from spreading and turn grudge spirits back to normal. I've sealed, yes, I've purified them. Little by little their souls will heal. As for you, you already know the answer to your question, don't you? The place of your death was the hospital, and the burial was meant for you. You mistakenly believed that they would bring the coffin in the end, and that the ceremony was interrupted. You couldn't see anyone because you went to the other world. You were drifting between the world of the living and the world of the dead. However, you preferred to stay with that girl no matter what. A nostalgic scene, don't you agree? Nostalgic? Tears of blood that never stop, deteriorating bodies, and the feeling of impending implacable death. Sooner or later, the memories of the tragedy will fade away, gems can serve as a substitute. They can allay the pain of grieving souls and move their hearts to forgiveness. We catch their madness with the silver cup offered to the moon, and spill the light on them with the golden cup offered to the sun, for the sun god, so they may rest in peace until the time comes for them to return to the heavens. To help them overcome the darkness in their hearts by themselves, we offer 4 gems and 2 cups. So even the shade of the memories of the past lives will disappear completely. And yet these souls still do happen to run into each other by mysterious opportunities, don't they? You're just in time. No. You're going to take him away too? No, this time you are the one coming with me. You wished for him to open the door, and he's finally fulfilled the promise. Now all of your regrets, all your obsession will fade. Please, you must believe. Believe? In what? I believed them with all my heart, but everyone left me behind. My mother, father, friends, even he's gone. The one who said he would save me, you was going to bind us to your spell. Don't take them away. Please don't take those dear to me. Please listen. Every hardship you overcome will make you stronger. And even if you have to struggle again and again, eventually you'll endure it all. The more hardships you overcome, the stronger you will be. In the end, you'll be able to endure anything. All of your pain, your regrets, they weren't in vain. Is that so? You're the only reason why I could keep moving forward. The world is dark because of the disasters that have been unleashed. Hope is in a box, and inside the box there is darkness too. After you told me the story earlier, I was thinking a lot about it. I think if the world and the box are meant to be the same, and if the only thing that is left in the darkness of the box is hope, so the hope in the box, I thought it meant mean people. It is people who make the world better. What am I then? I'm not a human anymore. That's why I'm here. I'm not taking you away to make you suffer. You will be our new hope that will shine brighter and brighter. Shizuti, that's my name. I'll come visit you as many times as possible, so you won't feel alone anymore. You won't feel neglected. The more friends the merrier, right? Kai, you said you'll always be with me. And Shizuti, you'll be my friend. You'll come visit me no matter where I am. Well then, it's time to return. Yes! At least no bloody game over screen, for goodness sakes. I do not want another game over screen. Ah. Those two movies just like Devil in the Mirror. And ah. Isn't that just wonderful that we're not gonna be killing? But where did Kai go in all of this instance? Maybe he just departed to the other side. Ending 1. Flower Burial. Game made by Tokiiro Kaeru. Stuff like that. And all of the credits as well that proceeds afterwards. Oh, that is cute. All of these things are just so damn adorable in so many different ways. They all made up and became a friend of a trio. A trio of friends. A friendship that involves 3 people. Now we're here. Why? I can't believe you're seeing me off. Who are you? Oh. Treating me like an uninvited guest, but I'm already used to it, as one clad in darkness. The silver cup was properly offered, am I right? Goddess of the moon? By the way, you must become very fond of them. You placed the keys, you prepared for clues, you made it so everything would go as smoothly as possible. I wonder what you might be talking about, my dear Grim Reaper. Past life, this life, next life, time will take them away. That would be my dear big brother. Please don't lump me together. You look like you were enjoying yourself greatly, though. Well, I wonder about that. Soon the dawn will break and the sun will rise. I must leave before my brother comes. Well, that means you can pass on to the next life, I presume. Until we meet again, my most precious friends. Butterflies swarming all around you. Thank you! Thank you as well. Despite the illogical puzzles, I thoroughly enjoyed that game, and also these characters as well. And you, and Yeah, who was that other person? No idea. Somebody in the upper hierarchy of Shiziti. But I thoroughly loved that game. Of course, despite the illogical puzzles. But thank you so much for watching, guys. There's a link down in the description below where you'll be able to download this game for yourselves. That is what I believe are all the endings with all the variants. There could be another variant of ending 2 where you picked up the second key and you tried running away, but you couldn't because you decided to stay behind and let Shiziti catch you. But of course, your resentment would not have gone away by then, so therefore she would have just buried you. She is a Green Reaper after all. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and take care of yourselves.